Fort Bend Marshall linebacker Deon Hollins is just 16 years old, yet he already has an offer to play at a Big 12 school, and chances are there are several more of those on the way.
I can't say that I would think of this at such a young age, but I know it's a tremendous blessing, and I thank God and I thank my parents for putting me in the position that I'm in, and I'm very thankful for it.
Talk about that transition that you did make from Yates High School to Fort Bend Marshall.
At Yates, I maintained a 4.1 GPA. My freshman year, I started the first game, all 10 games, including playoffs, and as well as my sophomore year. My freshman year, I was Defensive Newcomer of the Year, and I had second team All-District. And my sophomore year, I made first team All-District.
How do you see yourself fitting here at Fort Bend Marshall?
I think I have a very good chance to start. We talked about different schemes, different ways how I can fit into the defense, as in standing up or outside linebacker, defensive end, just different kinds of formations just to maximize my ability.
What is it that you bring that's just like that wow factor?
My rushing ability. My first 2 years I amassed 21 sacks, so I believe my quickness and my explosion, those are the technical things. I use my hands pretty well in my opinion, so I think those are my technical things that stand out.
Fort Bend Marshall head football coach James Williams believes Hollins is much more than a tremendous athlete, but his attitude and character is one that will lead the Buffaloes to a winning season.
Deon is a very explosive player. That's why I'm going to play my defensive end. He gets off the ball really well, plays the run well, and he's smart. So, I mean, he has all the tools. He's a phenomenal athlete. He's a great young man, first and foremost. He's been working his tail off since he's been here. He's increased in the weight room at least 50 pounds on his lifts. He's done a tremendous job, and I believe he's willing to work hard. He'll do anything he can. He's here working harder and longer than everybody. He's a joy to have.
Hollins said he's always working to improve, and for the next 7 days, he will be focused on preparing for the Texas A&M camp.
During that camp, I just want to, show my versatility, my coverage as well as my rushing ability.
Has Coach Toth talked to you about a possible offer?
He hasn't talked about an offer yet, but I think if I do the best I can, I think I'll be in a pretty good shot to receive one.
Where right now could you see yourself fitting in?
If it was ideally, I guess Texas A&M, schools like that.
Give a list of some of your top schools, and then also just some schools maybe that you would like to hear more from.
Ohio State, Texas Tech, and TCU, Texas A&M as well. Those are the schools, Michigan. I hope that if I have a breakout junior year, I'll, be able to be in communication with those schools more.
What are some of the factors that you're going to check off before you can say that this is the school for me? Coaching staff and my position coaches, those would be a pretty big factor. And when I go to the school that I feel at home at, like if it feels like a family, I think I'll fit in very well there. Do you have any ties to any of these schools?
My cousin went to Texas A&M.
When you're looking at the program and the way a defense is run, do you see yourself fitting more into a 3-4 scheme or a 4-3 scheme?
A 3-4 scheme, definitely. I believe that maximizes what I do best.
So do you see yourself fitting in maybe as like a joker type of linebacker?
Yes, ma'am. That's what I believe. When I look at Von Miller, those types of athletes, I always envision myself as one of those.
What is something just in the long run that you would like to improve on just for the next 2 years that you're in high school and then before the next level?
Getting bigger, stronger, faster, becoming more explosive, and as well as flipping my hips. I think when I accomplish that, I'll become better, much better than I already am.
Check out AggieYell.com to see how Hollins performs up in College Station in a few weeks at the one-day junior camp. This has been Courtney Rowland for AggieYell TV.